Okay, so I did eating disorders in the U.S., and I also looked at the relationship between them in the U.S. and also around the world as well. So for eating disorders in the U.S., I looked at a study done about child maltreatment and its effects on eating disorders throughout people's lives. And what was found in this study was that for women, sexual abuse and emotional abuse were the most robust when it comes to eating disorders, while for men, sexual abuse and physical neglect had the strongest relationship with eating disorders throughout their lives. The prevalence of lifetime eating disorders are higher for women than they are for men, and the data in this specific study also indicated that eating disorders are not more likely among certain socio-demographic profiles, which is your age, race, ethnicity, education level, income, despite some common stereotypes. Eating disorders around the world. So I looked at an article, and in this article it said that in Japan in the 1970s, eating disorders became very prevalent, and by the end of the 20th century, disordered eating attitudes and behaviors significantly increased among Asian youth. Eating disorders in Asia suggest that eating disorders are not culturally bound or specific, but they are more culturally reactive. Also in this article, it said that when looking at Hispanic, African American, and white females in 4th to 12th grade, the study found that 10th grade Hispanic girls displayed eating disorders at the same rate of their peers, but they also attempted to lose weight more frequently, which is something that I've seen very common in a lot of women when it comes to eating disorders after doing the research for this project. Researchers point to the media's obsession with this ideal body, which is ultra thinness and super attractive to everybody that all the people in the world want to achieve. And this kind of has to do with more people having access to smartphones and TVs and Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. Eating disorders are on the rise around the world, but the question is why? I think this just goes back to the point that I made earlier about the media and everyone chasing this idea of the perfect body and doing any means necessary in order to get that. Nowadays, we have so many measurements to determine if we are overweight, underweight, perfect weight, etc. We have body mass index, which a lot of people get measured for. We have scales that we measure our weight with at the gym, at our house, maybe for some people even at work. And ultimately, society determines what is normal in these measurements. So, we really don't have control over it. Society determines kind of what is attractive and what is, I guess, not attractive. So that's one trap you really don't want to fall into.